You choosing to stay in a perspective, in a wider perspective, not accepting, there is nothing to really accept, but to recognize that you are wider perspective embodied, naturally opens up for you an opportunity to feel that presence more of the time. It is so takes a second sometimes for you to be able to say yes to it on demand. And we want to bring to your awareness that it is not that you ever are working yourself up into the amount of desires that you want to live, or you need to work yourself up in the amount of presence that you can have. It is that sometimes, because there is so much that you came to experience, you don't know where to start. And sometimes you say, well, there's so much coming in and I want to experience so much, but am I going to be able to have and experience all that I want to experience? So sometimes you cannot see in that wider perspective how many of experiences you can have, how many lifetimes within the same physical iteration you can have. And sometimes that makes you feel you do not want to make an action step. And we say you just take it one step at a time, which means you look for the evidence of your prior desire that came to fruition and you count your blessings in that way. And then once you consciously know that something was a desire and then it became a reality, you can tap into the awareness, into the perspective, into the angle of seeing that you can repeat that infinite number of times.
Can you expand a little bit more on that? Um, and I particularly want to focus on desires and experiences. So,
You say, can you expand? And we say, be more specific. Because the only time you can expand is when you're specific. So, what specifically do you want to know about?
I want to receive your perspective about having it all. Oftentimes, I would feel, even if I don't ask myself a question, what do I want, and even write it, I wouldn't even be aware of how many desires I have. And of course, I can make lists and lists, but there is only so and so current desires in terms of like predominant, dominant desires that I have. And so I want your perspective on the unlimitedness of that current desires coming in and coming in and coming in and coming in and coming in, and how many times we can repeat that coming in and coming in and experience, and how much we can experience. And
Well, you're experiencing at all times. It is just how you're asking, how often can I consciously mold the clay? And we say infinite number of times or infinite amount of times. There is no end to that. And so what gets there is that sometimes you have these big goals, something that's really mattered to you, and then we say, but that gap between the bigness of it, you want to normalize so it drops and comes to you. And you can. Let's say that you have dominant 20 desires or 30 desires. You can get them rather quickly. And when you get all of them rather quickly, don't worry, there will be more 20 or 30 coming up, and there will be more 20 or 30 coming up. So you do not need to hold back on these 20 or 30 and stretch them into this lifetime, because you can have many lifetimes within this physical iteration. It is of your choice. You do have free will to choose how much you want to experience, and there is no one keeping the score. You have unique lens, unique perspective from which you're experiencing. And so there's no one keeping the score of saying you put these many things in the basket for the team. We say it's all beneficial, and it's just a matter of your curiosity, your wonder, your zest. But we want to say that there is no limit to it. And so wherever you're at right now, maybe you feel like you're getting one desire a year fulfilled consciously. And some may feel they're getting hundreds of them done consciously, and some of them are experiencing it moment by moment. But what we're saying is that it does not matter, because it's a unique experience to you and to every other person and to every other focusing mechanism. And so there is nothing to really compare, only to check in with you what makes your heart sing. But it's unlimited. It's unlimited, the amount of moments you can have within your presence, even within your physical experience. You do not need to not be physically focused in order to experience
Having it all.
Having it all, that infiniteness of having it all. Yeah.
So, coming back to how we started this conversation with Costa, you know, come back to yourself sometimes feels like, oh my God, there's so much we have to do and so many processes and so many tools. But at this moment, to me, it feels so easy. Literally coming back to you is just turn within. It's just
It feels like you've had a really exciting day, or maybe even heavy day, and you just come home, and then you just open up your arms and fall back comfortably in your bed. That's how it feels like. We'd actually suggest you do that too, or anyone who is watching do that too. To give yourself an opportunity to just allow yourself to fall in within yourself. In other words, just to allow yourself for you to come online by allowing release of that which was holding you back, for you to be present as much as you want. Well, that feels good, yeah?
feels really good. And before felt as easy as you just said. Just thank you.
Feels great to bask in the presence of you. And for now,